Hey, McDowell here. Today we are taking a look at another Zorro action figure. This is the more deluxe version of Zorro because he comes with his horse Tornado, and I've been very curious and interested in these horses. The Boss Fight Studios puts out this set. It's part of the Hero H.A.C.K.S. And anyway, I said I've been interested, and they put out what's called the Mighty Steeds, and here it says down here, Hero and Steed. So I've been kind of anxious to get my hands on one of their horses just to see what it looks like, but I never really had a good reason until they brought Zorro out, and I thought, I have to get this set. This is great. Zorro's one of the greatest characters, I would say, of like all time, of pop culture, of pulp heroes, whatever you want to call it. Zorro is awesome. So I had to have the set. So anyway, this is what he looks like. It's, you could buy this and just set it on your shelf and keep it like this. And it's a very, very amazing, really wonderful presentation, if you ask me. It's very cool the way it's all laid out with the accessories, and the horse is in a pose and Zorro's standing right there. But yeah, this is really cool. Adult collectible for ages 12 and up. They might need to bump that age up just a little bit. We'll flip around to the back and bump some things along the way. And then the next thing that jumps out at you is look at the back of this box. Look at it. Just take that in. Look at this amazing art. Amazing art. I want to see this in a comic book or a cartoon show. Look at that art. Isn't that an amazing piece of artwork? I wouldn't mind having this as a print to maybe hang on my wall. This is beautiful. This is great. I'm not going to read all this here. I might have usually, but I think today will pass. I'll zoom in and you can read over this if you want to. It has a cross sale for the other Zorro. And by the way, even though I'm a few days late, this last Friday, both this set and the single figure have gone up on Boss Fight Studios' website right here, bossfightshop.com, and if they're still available, you should be able to get one of these. So without further ado and discussion, let's get this guy out of the box. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and please subscribe so you'll be notified of future videos. Alright, so we've got him out of the box, we got his accessories, we got the horse, we've got him here. Well, let's take a quick peek at these accessories first, and as I do, I'm going to compare certain ones to the version 1, I guess, the other single version, so you can see the differences as we go. He comes with a Hero H.A.C.K.S figure stand, highly articulated character kit system, meaning that you can customize them. You can pull them apart and replace them, and all the pieces work together with each other, and that's really pretty neat. No Zorro figure is complete without his hat, so here we've got his hat. There's nothing really special to it. It looks just like the other one, but still, the design, the detail is really pretty neat for what it is. He comes with two open palm hands. These are pretty neat for various motions and poses. I like these a lot. These are the exact same ones as the solo figure came with. He comes with this really cool whip. This one, I was more careful pulling this one out of the box. It didn't break on me. The first one that I pulled out from the solo figure, the tip here, as you can see there, broke off, and so it doesn't have this little bit of an end. What we learned is that these are coilable. I think I made up a new word. You can actually kind of coil them up just a little bit, if I can get this piece down in there. And then, yeah, you can have a whip coil, and then, so yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can coil it down smaller than this, but, that's something. We get this really cool sword with gold detailing. Here's the difference. This is the solo sword, or the sword that came with the solo figure. So you can see the difference in this is all gold and that is silver. Other than that, that's pretty much the only difference. It's still a really cool looking pointy sharp sword. So it makes a great display piece. This is really cool to yeah, this is great. And he comes with, well, this. I'm not really sure what this is. I'm going to make a guess that this is a figure stand for the horse, because there's a hole here and a little place for like a ball to sit in. If we flip this around, we see that at the bottom, we've got these pieces that are taped on. So I'll go ahead and pull those off. Let's leave the tape there, I guess. But I'm thinking that these hook like right in there. Maybe it hooks in there, maybe it doesn't. But anyway, we'll have to play around with this. I think what this is for... Zorro fell over. Yeah, I don't think this actually hooks in there. What I'm guessing this is for is so you could maybe pose the horse in like a running position, a jumping position, just some sort of a position. And I'm not sure exactly what this hole is for. There's no other pieces in here. You get two of them. I kind of thought that maybe it'd be something like this, but I guess that's too close together. So someone who knows more about the mighty steeds, I'm looking at you, Chris. You can pass on and let me know exactly how this works. But yeah, I'm assuming it has to do with holding the, you can't see what I'm doing, holding like the underbelly of the horse somehow. So we'll explore that more later. Now it's time for the man of the hour, and it is Zorro himself. And I'll bring in the solo Zorro here real quick. You can see a few differences. I'll use this lovely sword. So one of the big differences is color. He's got a red sash belt. This is the horse one. The solo only has a black one, so it blends in quite well. You should be able to tell one of the big things is the cape. He has a soft goods cloth cape. Whoop, there we go. Soft goods cloth cape. And this Zorro has a plastic molded cape. You can tell that the horse version, the deluxe version, is really that. A little bit more. It's just, it's a little bit more. It is pretty see-through. It's not real thick. And that's all right. The illusion is what we're looking for. It's pretty cool. It does have... He does have this upper area, like this upper cape. We can pop his head off, so he can take this off. It's like the back. It's like this cape where it's kind of like a backpack style, I think, where it pegs in, or maybe it doesn't. It's supposed to come off. It's supposed to come off. I'll flub around here on camera for a minute. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. There we go. So these are two separate pieces, the cloth version, and there's the hole, if you saw it there. And then you could actually even have him just wear this portion if you wanted to. But as you can see in here, there's this little peg, and that plugs into where a backpack would on the back. So it makes it a little bit more secure, a little bit better, yeah. This has, besides the fact this is an entirely different piece from this cape, it's kind of a silver chain, whereas this is maybe more like a black rope. So those are some of the big differences, some of the main differences between these figures. And so, yeah, that's pretty cool. I think for the moment, I'm going to leave the cloth cape off because it doesn't really do anything. I don't really want it to be damaged. And I'll leave this little portion off as well. There's a hair stuck to his arm. I'll pop the... It's still stuck. Now it's stuck to his neck. It's stuck in the seam. I got Chinese hair. I don't know. Hair from China. Maybe that's what it is. One of their cats. So yeah, Zorro, he is still looking good. He is looking fine. He moves in all the right ways. He's got the double pin on the knee. His legs move around like that. He's got no thigh rotation. He's got no boot rotation. He has a ball joint in the leg, and he can hinge at the ankle. His torso wiggles around, and thank you to Chris. I'll do another quick shout out there. His waist should rotate. It was hiding under the sash. I'm going to scoot this up. And right there, it's really kind of difficult to see. Where's that sword? But right here, there's a seam right there. So he does have waist articulation. He can move at the waist. It's a little tight on my figure. So he can move that. That's a great thing. I wasn't disappointed completely if he couldn't. But, you know, that's kind of nice. His arms will go up, and they do rotate like everything other figure out there, pretty much. And he's got a joint at the elbow. And the wrists should rotate. Yep, they do. And there is a hinge, but because of the way his gloves are molded and made, they are really difficult to hinge. At least I find them very difficult to hinge. And his head has like a double ball joint. Boss Fight Studios seems to be known for this, from what I'm learning. There's a ball joint that's in the neck here, and a ball joint that's up in the head, kind of like a barbell. And so you can see there's a hole there, and yeah. So apologize if I'm kind of being clumsy about this. Anyway, that's really cool. I really, really like this figure. We're going to scoot everything off to the side. We're now going to take a look at Tornado, the mighty steed horse, because he is fully articulated. All right, I will be 100% honest with you. I have never, ever tried to articulate a toy horse or an action figure-based horse before. This is a fully articulate horse, meaning there are all sorts of movements. I don't even know. I mean, I could guess where to begin, but I'm not quite sure where everything is, so I guess we'll just start looking. I can see right off the bat there is a hinge down by the hoof, at least on the front. There's a hinge at, I don't know horse anatomy, bear with me, halfway up the arm. Same on the back, there's hinge near the hoof, and they rotate, actually. There's also a ball joint in there. The back leg can move back and forth, both of them can. I don't think, it has a bit of a sideways motion. The tail rotates all the way around and has a hinge, so you can, yeah. So you can move it up and down and rotate it around. This is kind of weird. There is looks like a ball joint up here in the front legs. Bear with me, I apologize if I go out of focus. This is really interesting. This is a very, very cool thing to have such an articulate animal. And then the neck moves, can look up and look down, and has a bit of a ball, maybe it's a ball joint. And then the neck even moves up and down, and this is like a massive ball joint. I did notice when taking this out of the package, the back hair fell off. So this is a separate piece, so I guess if you didn't want this much hair off the neck, you could remove that, and maybe there's some sort of a plug that you can replace that with. The saddle seems to be removable. I'm not going to remove this one, but this is a really cool looking, kind of messed up his legs there. It's a really cool saddle, and there's even a peg here on the back. I don't know if you can see it real well. It's right there. There's a peg. Makes me think maybe you can get some other accessories and something attaches there. Maybe not. The bridle, I believe, is what this is called. You can correct me. I don't know my horse terminology or any of that. But I believe the bridle is removable as well. It's very loose on here. And, I don't know. Oh, looks like maybe they're pegged on. I'm not really messing with that. I don't want to break this. This is cool. So I want to be careful, so I'm not going to take very many chances with it, although the legs are not in good shape at the moment. The stirrups, I think, is where you put the feet. And yeah, you could pull this saddle off, I'm pretty sure. This is so cool. This is so awesome. I've got to say, this is very neat. This is cool. This is my first time with getting a horse like this. This is absolutely phenomenal. This is great. This is so cool. I don't know what to say. I wish there was an episode of G.I. Joe that, if I remember right, Wild Bill was kind of like one of the stars, and they had to go get a whole bunch of horses. This would have been really cool way back then to have had some articulated horses to this level. Man. Oh, interesting. They're connected. The ball joints are connected, so if I move one of the legs, wiggle it, I mean. I'm not really getting very far. This front left one seems to not work as well as it did. I'll have to play with this maybe off camera. Anyway, so I'm not really sure. Oh, hey. This is a motion like a bicep rotation on a 6-inch figure. So there's like something else here I missed. Okay. Golly. There's so much on this horse. You could put this an amazing amount of. I'm not doing this horse any service. I'm doing it so injustice here. This poor horse has to deal with me. But yeah, you could. Gee whiz. We're gonna have to. Here, sit. There you go. Sit. I don't know. Do something. The back legs are loosening up here on me. Golly. So anyway, well, before I better fix him off screen, and I'll fix Zorro up, and we'll mount Zorro on his trusty mighty steed, and poor Tornado. We'll be right back. All right, I kind of got him on a horse. I'll tell you one thing: I will never be a photographer for Boss Fight Studios promotional department, because getting him on this horse and looking even like this was a pretty good effort. I don't know if it's just the way I'm doing it, or since they designed it, they know it a whole lot better than me. I found the stirrups really hard to put around his feet, and I found him a little bit difficult to actually sit there, and I can't really keep his feet in the stirrups while trying to attach his hands to the rope. The one thing I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, he's like kind of side, and if I do anything here, like I can do this, but it doesn't really hook. These don't really actually hook on the feet. Maybe I have to do something slightly different. Maybe I've got his knees bent too much. Maybe I need to take a lesson in action figure horse posing 101. That's strongly a possibility. Right now he kind of looks like maybe he's fallen asleep while he's riding. We'll get his head perked back up a little bit. But it was to the point where I couldn't really add any other accessories, because I'm lucky to have gotten this far. The horse thing is going to take a whole new level of learning how action figures work for me. But it's really cool. Do not get me wrong. I'm not being negative. I'm not saying anything bad about this at all. I really like this. This is such a cool. The horse is so awesome. This is such a neat deal that I'm willing to take the time to figure out exactly how to pose it, how to work with it. I know how to pose an action figure. I mean, he's got legs and arms, and there's balance issues. Horses have 4 legs, and there's a head, there's a tail, and I'm sure balance comes into play somewhere, and I'm really sure this comes into play somewhere too, and I just don't know how. I actually tried kind of putting this thing here, if you can see that. I tried putting that there and holding the horse up, and the whole thing just kind of fell over. So it almost seems like this ball needs to like snap in somehow, but the whole thing just fell over. So I'm gonna have to do some research online, or Chris, you can tell me please if what you can about how this stuff works. But yeah, I may have to look. I'm actually a little surprised. Everybody out there puts out instruction manuals for things, and I'm really surprised there wasn't like even a very small piece of paper saying this is how you use that. So if there's anything negative I've got to say about this entire set, it's that there was no real instructions for a newbie like me who doesn't know how to use what I'm assuming is a horse stand. I mean, it's big. Look at that. I mean, the horse stands on it. I'm assuming. Here, let's just do this. I'm assuming it's something like that, and as you can see, it doesn't do that. So I'm either doing something very, very wrong, or it doesn't matter. Either way, I'm doing something very wrong. So yeah, I may have to do some research into that. And anyway, yeah, we're done. We're done with this review. We're done looking at this. It really is a very cool set, a very nice set. And if you have the opportunity to head over to bossfightshop.com, I think is what it was, and pick this up, it's a little spendy. It's 40 or 50. It may be on the $50 range. I can't remember at the moment. This is really a great set. This is a great piece. This really is very, very well done. And I send a shout out to Boss Fight. You're doing some amazing stuff. And this is really great. I was told at the G.I. Joe convention in 2018 by someone who works for them on and off, maybe more on than off, I don't know, but that they were doing some really cool stuff and really neat stuff was coming. and I see that. I'm really excited. The Phantom's coming out. Tarzan is coming out. We're getting more Zorro. We're getting more Phantom. And we're getting more Tarzan and more Flash Gordon and all that stuff. So really cool stuff. Keep an eye out on Boss Fight Studios. They're doing some great stuff. That's it. Thank you for watching. This has been a very long, lengthy. I apologize. If you're still with me, I really appreciate you. But anyway, thank you for watching and stopping by. If you want to see my review of the Solo Zorro, click in the lower left-hand corner on that little video right there, and you'll be taken straight to him. Again, thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you in the next video.